Phew! The Hangout is live. And thanks for joining us on our Hangout with DSD Team UK. We're here, very special evening tonight. We've got the boss man himself. You might notice him down there. He's only a little character down there, and now he's a big character up there. Okay, we got Roger in the house tonight, and what we're going to speak about tonight is we're going to talk to the people that are in the UK. We're going to talk to all you that are building teams within UK or just going out there and building your eBay lists and your Amazon accounts, and you're making huge sales. Hopefully we're going to get some tips and tricks off Roger. We're going to talk about what's happening in DS Domination as a whole and in DS Domination going across... We're going to talk to the people that are in the UK. We're going to talk to all you that are building teams within UK or just going out there and building your eBay. There you go. I hate it when it does that. I do apologise, but I have two feeds going on again. So you get the general idea. So we'll go over to Roger because we want you to be in the limelight for most of this evening. So DS Domination. In a short amount of space there, what is it all about, and can people really make money selling things on eBay and Amazon?
Well, I appreciate that. And before I get started, you can comment down below any questions you have. I'm going to hang out here all day or all night where you guys are at and help you out. If you haven't met me, I'm from Charlotte, North Carolina, East Coast of the United States. And we've been through different companies, and it's the same thing. Every single company was, we could do it, the average person couldn't do it, and then it was hit them over the head with a hammer to get them to call their list and get them to do a party or get them to tell a friend. And here, when we met one of our business partners, Hitesh, who had never been in network marketing but had made $7 million online last year, he kept talking about the average person, the average person, the average person. It was annoying. It was like, well, the average person just needs to be better was our only defense, and we couldn't get there. So when we launched this, we took on the form of all about the product, make your money on the product, the training, the eBay training, move up in levels, get more confidence so you're not lying to your family members and saying, this shake or this coffee might cause this to happen, and so in Zimbabwe lost a pound of weight, etc., etc. So we launched. We actually launched August 23rd of last year, really soft launch, and really started September 1st. And from there, people just started the stories, and they started making money. And every single day, I have the luxury of getting an incredible story. I have a girl that Facebook messaged me and said, wait till you see, I won't say her name, I'll say her name's Lisa. Wait till you see Lisa's story. Both her parents were killed. She lost her mortgage on her home. She lost her apartment, and now she's making it with DS Domination. She wasn't a strong affiliate person. She was a big eBayer, and she just started making money with eBay, and the stories are rolling out like that. So the point of it is that people are making money with the product for the first time, and from there it's kind of empowering them as they share their story about why they're leaving their job or why they're have that extra vacation or that extra night out every now and then their friends are knocking on their door. They're not knocking on their friends.
So there is lots of stories coming out of DS Domination, as I'm sure you know, and has it happened right from the start? Because there's a lot of people that got in right from the start, and they just started to take huge action. And I'm talking about people like Reginald. He got started and went hell for leather with it. And I don't know, you can probably tell what he did better than I can.
Well, for sure, you know, Reginald is exceptional, but he wasn't exceptional before. And as I've gotten to know him, when you get pretty high up in interactions with other online businesses and other work-from-home programs, you get to know pretty high-up people in the programs, and they kind of know each other. And when I spoke to Reginald before he joined DS Domination, he just seemed super quiet. And it was a conversation I had many times where it was like, yeah, I'm going to crush it, I'm going to rock it out, I'm going to destroy it, you know, that type of stuff. And I just took it with a grain of salt. And I remember as we were first starting DS Domination, the cha-chings came out. Everybody started talking about these cha-chings from their phone apps going off and making money on their sales. And then all of a sudden, Reginald started climbing to the top of this leaderboard. So I called him up to congratulate him. This is a true story. And I was like, Reginald, it's Roger from DS Domination, man. You're killing it. Congratulations. I'm so proud of you. And he's like, yeah, but I'm barbecuing right now. What'd you want? And that's just kind of his quirky attitude. So Reginald, I've seen him pull out a $26,000 weekly check. He's in line to win one of our 2 cars in Las Vegas. So I started calling around to those leaders I was mentioning at the beginning of this topic and asking about Reginald, and they said, you know, he was in other programs and he maybe made like $2,000 or $3,000 a month, and now this is his blossoming point. And what you'll discover at the Las Vegas event we're having at the end of May is traditionally the rock star comes out on stage, look at me, the big check, and they certainly deserve it. And then the crowd looks up and tries to dream of getting there with the hope to inspire the average person to shoot for Reginald's numbers or one of the other leaders' numbers, and that they'll start rocking it. We don't have to do that because we have thousands of other stories. So literally the leaders will get up on stage and invite people up on stage that are having success with the program that have never had success. Because why do we want to see somebody that's had success previously, even though it was moderate, come up on stage? And we have some leaders that make it in every single program. They make 6 figures in every program they're in, but that's not duplicatable. Who wants to see that? We want the person that made it in this program alone. And we have several 6-figure income earners just from DS Domination. On the affiliate side, on the eBay side, we got Sean making $40-something thousand a month just on the eBay side. So it's phenomenal if you follow the pattern with it.
So it is quite interesting to see, isn't it, that people are actually making money from the product. So, and one of the things that is the kind of tagline of your pro training, and it's the no traffic. Oh, sorry, 6 figures, no traffic, no recruiting, and that's just amazing, isn't it? Because a lot of people get involved in these online businesses. They try and become a network marketer, an internet marketer. They try all these tricks and tools and all these automated things and all this sort of stuff, and still they make no money because they've spent all the money that they had in savings on these tools that then make them no money.
Yeah, it really sounds gimmicky when you see that tagline, and unfortunately we're at the mercy of all the previous lies and everything else where you're going to make $1 million, click a button. But if you really take the time to look at the work from home business, first there's 2 choices: work from home or don't work from home. Okay, that can't be argued. And for a lot of my upbringing, I'm 43 years old now, or I'll be in a month or so, there was the Amways and product companies and stuff like that, and good luck making in that. I mean, you had to be a door-to-door salesman. And then as the younger crowds came up, network marketing started to become legitimized because Warren Buffett was doing it, and the New York Times were reporting on it, and Bill Gates was supporting it, and Robert Kiyosaki. So the younger crowd comes up, and they know that this is a viable model, but they're introverted because they've come up with iPads and Nintendos and the Wii and everything else, so they don't have the social skills. So they look to online to start making money because of the lack of social skills. And when they look online, there's every program out there looking to rip you off. So you come in online, and for the last 4 or 5, maybe 10 years, there's been products, but you've got to be the top superstar, rock star to excel in it. So then a niche was born maybe 4 or 5 years ago, this high yield program. And it started with the penny auctions and things like that. And the deal was is you put in $2,000, $1,000, whatever amount of money, you click a button and you earn interest every day. Only don't call it interest. So those were the big rage, but they were all considered to be Ponzi schemes in the end. So then you look out there and you say, well, what's out there that I don't have to go door to door, and I don't have to blend a shake, I don't have to tell my mom to buy more expensive coffee, and there's nothing out there except for DS Domination. And eBay is such a household name that even if you're the most awkward person in the world and you've made thousands on eBay and you staple it to your shirt so everybody can see it and everybody knows where you got it from, you're comfortable enough to say, I'm selling on eBay, I'm brushing my teeth, I'm eating a sandwich. It's just everyday conversation. And then they line up to reach out to you, and that's the environment we're seeing. We call it organic growth, and that's what's going on.
Yeah, and it is in a big way. Just touching on what the products are, because the product is the thing that people are making money from. So if you can just give a brief outline for the people that maybe they're at the pro level, they've only just started, they've paid $20, and what are they getting at that level, and what is there further up when they're ready? Because I feel that there's no real forced get-all-in attitude with DS Domination. It's literally, when you're ready, move up to the next level, get the next level of training. And it's been that message since I started, all the way throughout. So what are people getting for $20, and when should they move up, and what is there further up the level of products?
Yeah, absolutely. We have a 3 to 6 month plan in mind for you. So if we call the 3 month plan, we'll stick with that, 90 days. Our goal is in 90 days you're financially fit. And if you picture like a highway that you got to walk 90 miles, well, you can do it with Pro and you know, barefoot, walk down the road, and eventually in 90 days you're starting to make some good income. Or you'll see you can hop on a truck that's blowing by and hop on that when you're comfortable and get it knocked out quicker with the higher level training. So what happens is the $20 level, the $19.95, it's really a confidence builder to get in here and say, my goodness, all parameters in, this works. And by what all parameters in means, I mean, if you join another program and you say, okay, it's a coffee company, it's a physical product, and you get your mom to join or your Uncle Pete or something, and you paid $100 and Pete and your mom joins and you get your $100 back, you might say, this program is unending. I can grow this program. But the variation is you'd only have so many moms and so many Uncle Pete's, right? Well, here, the $19.95 gets you in, and once you say, all right, what are the parameters of this program being successful in? If as long as there's product and as long as there's eBay, I make money, well, the light bulb should go off and you should sleep very well that night or not sleep very well, whatever the case is, because you're so excited. Once you do that and you get comfortable either with you understand the system, you see the vision, or you've made your $20, your goal should be to upgrade to the elite level, which is $99. And all of that sounds like $20 sounds like, $20, I'll give it a try. But if you really engage and you go $99, awesome, because I'm going to make so much more money at this level, and you get in there and dig in and start making the extra zero on there. Instead of making $3 a sale, you start making 30, 40, 50. We've had people do over $1,000 profits. They'll be speaking in Las Vegas, and they're not, you know, there's no edge to them. It's not the rock star. It's a woman down in Florida and her 15-year-old son who's using DS Domination money to pay for college. A 15-year-old kid's not going to get on stage with his mom and lie and say, I did over $1,000 on one sale. So when you get into the elite level, the money starts flowing a lot quicker, just like you hop on that truck going fast down the 90-mile-an-hour highway or the 90-mile highway. And then you graduate through levels like that. And then it's up to you if you want to become an affiliate right out of the gate and start sharing the program and making money. And we have incredible training with Market Extreme that we were talking about earlier prior to this call. It's mind-blowing what we're rolling out for that. And then you move up in various levels for a $249. And once you get past the $99 monthly, the other levels are one-time payments. We don't want to charge $200, $300 a month. And we tell people to go at their own pace. I'll stop them in the help desk, and I'll stop them on the webinars from going all in, because the only fault that can happen in DS Domination is you. And what I mean by that is we've seen people in other programs get excited, spend a ton of money, and do nothing. So we don't want that sale. That sale is gross and disgusting and con artist to us. We want people that are going to get in, engage. So why not get in at the minimum level, prove it to yourself, both that it works, and second, that you're going to take the time, and then graduate to the elite right around the time you made $20, you understand the program.
Yeah. I'm just feeding, I'm going to look at the comments down below. So, if you, well, I know you're watching this because I can see the numbers down here. So, as you're watching this, if you've got any questions that we can ask Roger, that maybe you're in the UK and Roger can address them while he's on the Hangout live for your, before your very eyes. So exactly. So that's the message. And you touched on the Market Extreme there. We just had a little conversation beforehand about the Market Extreme. It's a product where affiliates, people that want to share this opportunity and want to share it beyond friends and family and people that you know, you need to be learning how to use the internet and learn how to make a squeeze page and all these sort of funny names things that you make as an internet marketer. So a real good way of doing that is by following instruction from somebody who's done it before. Kevin Hokanauer, what's his name?
I have no clue. No, it's Hokawana.
Hokawana.
I seen his stubble last webinar when I was watching it. Hokawana.
Hokawana, that's all. Right, I go all red when I do that as well. Anyway, he's tell us a bit about Kevin. You know, he's been successful in other things, but the bit that I was going to get to was he started doing this training for the Market Extreme, and it's really effective the way that he presents it. And if you've got Market Extreme, you know what I'm talking about. Somebody I was speaking to last week, they said, shall I get it, shan't I get it? I've got other things to pay for. I said, get it, because Kevin is doing the training now. He's doing it live. I mean, it's good anyway, but because he's doing it live, it encourages you to take action on the training that he's presenting. And he did the webinar on Thursday, and everybody was literally on their keyboard, you know, doing the thing, getting the thing, downloading this bit, and, you know, following it along as they went. And by the end of the webinar, I reckon that most of the people had completed the assignment and they'd completed the capture page that we were making. So now this Thursday, you've got another opportunity. Kevin's going to be live again, and then we'll do some more training on the affiliate side of things. So it's really, really powerful to get that one-on-one mentorship, which we've got now. And he relates it back to the Facebook group that he's got going on, and encourages comments and, you know, gets the feedback off people. So really, really powerful combination. But yeah, tell us a bit about Kevin then.
Oh, for sure. You know, Kevin's one of the biggest hearted people I'll start with in the world. And even if he wouldn't know better to hold back anything and hide it. And he's just so pure-hearted. I'll start there. And when I first met Kevin, he was light years ahead of me in online marketing. And he was training a bunch of us on Google AdWords. And we were looking at his account. He's like, okay, so I spent $38,000 this month, and I'm going through it, and the whole time I'm going, I don't have $38,000 to spend on Google AdWords, and I know everybody else was saying the same thing. And then I started to learn how much he was paying out and how much he was receiving back in. And he started doing this in the training, this blueprint over his shoulder, where every single day he would go out, or every single week, and place banner ads and place ads on the internet and do certain things and make little tweaks, and he's so well educated, and he would show, hey, I spent $326 here. Here's the amount of signups I got. Here's the amount of money I made. It was always a win-win-win, and he let people have access to that. And then from there, Kevin got really abnormally bogged down. He serves in the Air Force over in Japan. He's recently just retired a couple weeks ago. But he got really bogged down. It seemed like they're having war games like every 5 minutes over there, and then the world, of course, was you know, pulling on him to defend the country. So he couldn't put much out there. And now that he's free, he's just rampaging, and every night he's calling me, "Do you know you can do this and add this and do this and spend?" I'm like, Kevin, I'm on a different sector right now, but it sounds exciting. But I watch the groups, and everybody, average person, below average, online, whatever, is reporting massive success in the groups. And I can't believe you showed us this. And I've been waiting 10 years, and I spent tens of thousands of dollars, and I never learned quality stuff like this. So it's not just hype gimmick, like you might be able to push a button and make some money. He shows you everything, for sure.
Yeah, exactly. It's not push a button and it's done. It's step by step by step. Have you got that? Let's go back. Let's review it. Let's do it again. Has everybody got it? So he wants a complete, he wants everybody in that group to achieve what he's got in that one lesson. And I personally think it's very, very powerful. And if you want to share it with, another 10 people, follow his training. It's $200 to get the Market Extreme, and it is very much worthwhile. It's one-on-one coaching in my mind, and it's week by week now. And with Kevin being retired, he's putting more effort into this as well, isn't he?
Oh yeah, for sure. He's all about it all week long. He's showing me different landing pages, different slides, different points, and he's actually bugging me at this point. No, I'm just kidding. But he's putting a massive amount of effort into it. In the 199 with the automated lead generation and the capture pages to receive is well worth it alone. But the fact that Kevin's coming out and adding content on top of content on top of content is just phenomenal.
So he's putting on some special training in Vegas, isn't he, for people there?
Yeah, we got three studs. We got Kevin, of course, and then the owner of MLSP is a gentleman named Norbert Orlowitz. And Norbert is the most, we don't traditionally bring people outside the company to speak on stage and train and stuff like that, because there's always some sort of tainting. They train, but they got something in their pocket to offer that helps them exclusively. But Norbert is of such pure heart. He lives up in BC, Canada. He owned My Lead System Pro, MLSP, for a considerable amount of time, and I don't know the engagement in there right now, but when I spoke to him on the phone, he had not grown or talked about a company in 4, 5, 6 some years. He hadn't grown anything, and he couldn't find anything where the average person could win, and that's what we're all about. So he came in here. He's going to be training in Las Vegas as well as Jim Chow. And Jim, he's out on the West Coast. He's in California. And Jim started out at 17, 18 years old with a clipboard on school campuses walking around. And Jim has bred himself into a millionaire. It's frustrating. He's only 27. And he's got just phenomenal game, I guess, if I'm going to use the youth lingo. He's got incredible game with what he does. I mean, he showed me a capture page the other day where, if you're not familiar with a capture page, it's where you'll land on a page on the website, and it shows you something and asks you to put your email address in. So he's got this block on the page where you can put your email address in. In the background, there's a video playing of him surfing around and going to eBay and going to PayPal accounts, and it's just jaw-dropping, just cutting-edge stuff, and he'll be releasing all of that stuff in Vegas as well.
So there's quite a lot of training there. And that's really good. You said there wasn't going to be enough time for beers because you'll be training and people will be educated by the time they leave.
Yeah, it's going to have to be late. You're going to have some stamina because we're going right into 11 o'clock at night. So if you're going out for beers, you better make church on Sunday. And no, it's just going to be a really good time. And, just to bounce around a little bit, I can get up here and tell you anything. And there can be Facebook comments around the world, and we could probably fake those. And it's all about whether or not you can make it. But if you think about it, we bet the farm that you can make it because it's a $19.95 monthly. Otherwise, we would say it's $47, it's $97, one time, pay it now, bracket. You're not going to make it, but we got all the money we can get from you. But we're saying, hey, it's $20 a month. You quit any time, you stop paying your $20, but you won't because we know you're going to make it. So we banked in you and bet on you as well. And that's what we're all about because we have a rare, successful program online.
Yeah, and another another person that has teamed up because of the message that DS Domination is all about is Dagan Smith, and he did an interview just a couple of weeks ago, was it, with Kevin and somebody else?
Yeah, Kevin and Jim did an interview on Dagan's request, and Dagan's I'm not thinking of a good analogy, but he's the guy. He's the online guy. He's made a fortune, and if you're in the online world, you just like baseball or something. You have his rookie card. He's the go-to guy, and same outlook. He's made a fortune, and he's sitting on a beautiful place somewhere in the world, and won't promote anything that will taint his relationship. And I remember when I first spoke to Dagan prior to Kevin speaking to him, Kevin was a student of Dagan's for a long time. And he was extremely jealous that I actually spoke to Dagan. Now here's Dagan getting to interview Kevin and Jim Chow. And they weren't sure how the interview was going to go. It wasn't planned. It was just an interview. And then as light, you could see, if you listen to the interview, you could start seeing light bulbs go off. Like, wait a minute, it's $20, and you have 83% of the people are making money their first month, and you have a 90% retention rate at this level. And looking at it, his jaw just dropped, and he's all about DS domination now for sure.
And what was the famous line that he said right at the end of it about his gran?
Oh, I'm not sure. I can't remember which one you're referring to. Which one was it?
He said that if there was any program that he wanted to put his gran in, it'd be DS Domination.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Because you could follow the training and make some money online with it.
Yeah, we've seen that with leaders quite a bit. They'll put Mom or Uncle Pete or something in. We had a guy that we spoke to, a massive leader in the industry, and he's like, I'm not going to do it, but I got a farmer down the road, a farmer. Talk about a test, a farmer in the middle of nowhere, no internet skills whatsoever, and I'm going to have him do it. So the farmer gets on and starts making money, and this guy joins, and we see a lot of that, and that's fine.
And there's all different sorts of people in DS Domination. It's crazy to see.
There's going to be tears at the event. I'm gonna try and hold back a little bit, but I mean there is. We have a woman, Sharon. She doesn't have working. She has no arm. Well, she was born with no arms and no legs. Something there, and it's not viable. And she does eBay with a pen in her mouth. Okay, and is having phenomenal success with it. I got a help desk ticket from a gentleman that had a motorcycle accident when he was 18 years old and just gave up on life. I didn't get a gauge of how old he is. I'm estimating 30, 35 years old. He's taking a 15-hour train to get to the event to be there. We have veterans that have come home and just got kicked in the teeth by the government, and they're making it and making money. And this is a laundry list like you wouldn't believe. We have a gentleman. He was in a couple programs with me. He's a fireman in Arizona, and he could never recruit anybody, could never bring anybody in. But he came and started making money on eBay. His dad started making money on eBay. They've brought in a truckload of people, and they're all heading to Las Vegas too. So I told you guys there's story after story in here. I told you one earlier. I'll leave that with you guys, but I get them every day. So any frustration I have during the day, I constantly will see a Facebook message, a private message that just brings me back down to earth and says, who cares about the other stuff? And that's what we have.
Yeah, it is really powerful, and the stories. So they're the emotional stories, but I mean the monetary stories of people just making their first sale, making their second sale, and then like the first $1,000 ever that they made online in profit is, it's a crazy achievement for people to take their life to the next level and to get them luxuries and get them things in their life that they've never had before. I mean, we see it all the time, but you must get all the messages.
Yeah, we get a lot of them, and I've seen other companies where, look, so and so's on top of the moon, and they just bought a new spaceship, and it's like, oh, okay, so and so's always on top of the moon and always buys a new spaceship in these programs. But when you see the average person getting a new car, And it's not a Ferrari. It's not a look at my Porsche. I mean, that happens. We got a gentleman that bought this crazy Corvette or something. But they're Kias and average cars. Or they're buying a house. Sean Ballant, making $40-something thousand a month on eBay, bought a brand new house. And I have 2 girls, and he has a daughter. And I seen this old house, and it's not shabby. It's an average house. It's not. There wasn't any I lived in a dumpster or a van and I was suffering story there. But when I see his new house and the shots inside, and I can envision my daughter's day, and then I see his daughter with all this open space, it's a good feeling. I'm going out to interview Trent, a gentleman that started with us in DS, in 2 weeks at his new house he just bought. And Reginald, you give an example, paid off his student loans, paid off all his credit card debt, just no angst in his life. DS Domination goes out of business today, and Reginald's credit-free. You know, what a great feeling that is alone. And the stories are just real, true people, and you watch them evolve. There's no faking it. You see them with, I made $6 today. I made 5 sales today. Now I made $1,000 today. I made $5,000 this month. I got a new car. And you can track it all, so it's exciting.
So what's the mindset that people need to have for this? I mean, you must have gone through all this learning curve yourself to get to this level. What sort of mindset do people have to have from day one? They've looked at the training, they get overwhelmed, they get, you know, can I really do this? Is this just Roger doing it and nobody else? What sort of mindset will get people through the hard bits, and what have you done?
Yeah, that's one of the best questions I've had. When I first started, it can't be gauged unless you're in a distressed situation. The story goes back to, I was running a restaurant, 86 hours a week I was working. I was newly married, no kids yet. And I would come home on Sunday and just literally curl up in a corner. My arms would be numb just from working so hard. And after 3 years, I had enough of it. And as a Christmas present for my wife, we bought a home. We bought a home to be built. It wasn't built, but we went down on Christmas morning, and we have kind of a joke each Christmas where I try and outdo her, and I kind of played possum and let her get me these gifts. And then I was like, oh, I have one more. And I brought her the for sale sign, and we went down to the lot. And at that time in the U.S., there was these subprime ninja loan mortgages. Anybody in the world could get a home. You could have fake ID. You could say you were the President of the United States and get a loan for a home. And I should never have gotten a loan for a home with my income that was coming in and stuff like that. So at that time, I left the restaurant. I had no job. And eBay had to work, so I was in a corner, and it was stupid of me to put myself in that situation because I was still young enough that I was just kind of counting on mommy or daddy to take care of me if I ran into things. But they didn't have any money. They couldn't take care of it. So if we didn't pay the mortgage, we were out in the street, back to the apartment. So I had to make eBay work, and I was in that corner. So judging where I was at and, you know, pushing it out to everybody in DS Domination isn't fair because there's a lot of people that have a 9-to-5 job and they're just looking for a little extra. So recently my brother came into DS Domination. My brother's a flooring guy and sells flooring up in Nova Scotia, Canada. And he does well. He does very well. And he joined DS Domination, and he's gone through the training and given me amazing feedback. And you do have to put in the time. The pro training is about 2 hours. He lives out in a cabin, so he drives into work and hops on the internet there to do it. And as long as you believe, you have to find something in my words or somebody else's words or some other screenshot to believe. Because the videos, as entertaining as I want to make them, they're not a motion picture movie. It's actually a grind a little bit, not much, to get through the 2 hours. Because when you put a listing up on eBay after a few videos, after 10, 15 minutes of work of watching videos, there's not going to be a parade for you. The lights aren't going to go off. No one's going to shake your hand. Chariots of Fire is not going to play in the background and everything else. So you have to really measure it and become inspired and say, you know what, I've been working 10 years and I am still working. I've been working 20 years and I'm still working. And they go, you know, this guy on this meeting or my friend or Facebook says, if I put in a couple hours to watch these videos, then I'm on the track to at least not work. I got hope. Let me do that come heck or high water. And once you complete that and make your first sale, it's game on. Sorry for the long answer there. I got carried away.
No, that was a very good answer. I think people appreciate hearing, you know, where you've come from and your story, because that's where the truth comes out, really.
Yeah, for sure. And you know, you're seeing me on screen. I can't make that stuff up. The name of the restaurant was Anzi's Pizza, ANZIS, in Charlotte. We lived in a place called Paces Commons, and I don't know, I'd have to dig out the old mortgage bills and stuff like that, but that's what happened to me, and I couldn't bring it to market. One, I didn't know how to share it with people, and then I started, about 3 or 4 years in, I started training one-on-one on the phone. I didn't have screen sharing capabilities, I didn't have videos. I would lie on my couch and stare at the ceiling on the phone and go, okay, go to eBay, click sell, put in the box what you're selling, click continue, go get your picture. And I would do that, and the people I worked with would all have success. And then when Hitesh came along and used his magical video and creative skills, here we are now today.
So that leads directly on to Hitesh. Tell us a bit about him and, you know, a bit of his story then. I don't know too much about him. I know that he's a mastermind. I know that he's had a few issues with his family, or, you know, recently. What's his backstory then?
You know, I'll do my best, but I could be a world-renowned author or poet and not do it justice. You got a guy that's 27 years old, married young, and this is going to take a little bit, guys, but I think it's important. Married young, a girl he met at a very young age, and his first year he gets into college after coming over from India. He sits down at the cafeteria and he watches people throwing out their food after they're done. And he decides that he wants to build some sort of bio plant for energy where the wasted food would be used as energy to run the lights on the campus and everywhere in the neighborhood. A freshman at college from a different country. So they accept it, and they're all gung-ho to do it. And they're ready to take on his proposition and grow this. And they discover that the college hasn't allocated any money towards the arts program. So instead of doing this, they build a statue. And that's the beginning of Hitesh's outlook on life, that things aren't fair. And from there, Hitesh goes out on his own, leaves college, and starts working online. He goes through this whole evolution of skill set to learn to make money, and he gets up to about $7 million a year that he's making selling product online. And then he runs into his morality. You know, he's a young guy making a ton of money. He doesn't drink, he doesn't do anything, he just loves his children like I've never seen. So he starts running into morality where he's like, you know, I don't want to offer this as a product online because everybody can't make it with this product. And he rolls that around his head, and then we meet. And we come together, we mesh together, we're going to do a DS nomination. Anything you ask him, it's like, man, I'm hungry, I wish I didn't have to get up and get something to eat. And he'll write a program or a hamburger comes out of my computer. Of course, I'm exaggerating, but the skill set, if you can imagine it, he can do it. And he can do it in short order. So I'm getting to know him, and I'm just totally blown away. I have several science degrees, but he makes me look like a little child in intelligence level. You can block that out of the recording because we banter back and forth all the time. And around November, his son has this lump on the side of his body, and after the doctors came in and stuff, they realized it's cancer, and after testing, it's a neuroblast in a 3-year-old boy. So he, in the U.S., you're forced to have certain treatments for your children, and they're going to take this boy and run chemotherapy down his throat like there's no tomorrow. So Atesh packs up and he moves to another place to try some alternative medicine. We're not talking about spinach juice and hop on one foot and stuff like that. It's ozone therapy and all these studies. He's reading every study to rewrite the book on cancer cures for his son. And he goes out to California, and literally the hospitals are after him because they want to capture his son and give him this chemo that's mandated by the U.S. government. So he goes out to California on the doctor's word in Arizona that when you get out to California, they have a different outlook, they have a treatment center, and you're having success with what you're doing. So he gets out there, and it was sort of like an ambush. Shortly after he got there, Child Services came in and demanded that his child did chemotherapy. They interviewed the other children. It was a nightmare. And from there, he's done 3 rounds of chemo, and they wanted him to go back for the 4th round of chemo literally while he's throwing up nonstop, this 3-year-old little baby boy. That's amazing. So all the while this is going on, you guys have seen the evolution of DS domination. He's building tracking, he's building training, he's adding price trackers, he's doing all of this. And I've never seen a man so committed to his family and to a business ever in my life. He's a phenom, smarter than anybody I know everywhere, and I've been to some really fine colleges, and his heart is amazing, and he's getting freed up now where his son, I'll report, is doing amazing. I can't tell you his next step he's going to take with his son, but I know that wasn't the short answer, but that's my business partner, Hitesh.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's really got the heart for the company then to do that as well.
Yeah.
So what we were talking just before the hangout about something that you're doing a tour of America. Let's touch on that for a start. Is that leading up to the event, or is that after the event, or?
I'm so excited about this. You know, I keep saying other companies, and I hope I'm ringing some bells true here. People that have been in other companies, and the way it goes is you have a team, and the circus act, Roger's coming to town. So get everybody in your room and fill it up. Here he comes with his magical words, and he's going to say something special, and your entire family's going to sign up. So let me beat you over the head to drag your grandmother over to your house. And I'll be in town this day, and this day I'll be here, and you know, I want to make money, so you better have a big room, and pressure, pressure, pressure. So what we decided to do is I talked to my wife, and we have, again, 2 young girls, and my 6-year-old's in kindergarten, and my 3-year-old is trying to become a teenager as fast as possible. She's just brutally crazy. We have, after the event, 2 weeks later, my daughter's finishing up school. And after that, we decided, you hear these heartfelt stories like every single day, and some of them are a short day's drive away from you. So we decided that instead of trying to book big parties all over the country and do stuff like that, we're just going to rent the tour bus type thing, or whatever, the RV, and go town to town, like try and stop 3 times a day because we have 60,000 members in the U.S. And go meet the waitress that's still busting her butt and doing DS domination part-time, and walk in with flowers, or buy her dinner, or buy her lunch, or sit down and help her, and then go to the next town, and then go to the next town, and then go to the next town. And we're literally going to be picking up the phone going, okay, this person lives in this town, that's 2 hours away, let's drive there, and either surprise her or meet her or plan something, and just try and get a feeling for everyday life and try and change some of that. And I thought, what a better program for my 6-year-old daughter driving around helping people all summer versus Disney World. And that's what we're doing.
Now that is my type of holiday. I was reading something from Jim Rohn, and Jim Rohn tells about why people want money or why people want financial freedom and stuff. And one of the things is so that they can give back to the people, and that's exactly what you're doing there, is giving back to all the people that have helped build you and your reputation, your company up, and you, because you've got the money now, you can help a lot more people. Is that?
Well, I'll say it a little bit different. This is going to sound as corny as could be, but I'll draw it out a little bit. You watch a movie, and you have this moment that brings you to tears or brings you to excitement, whether it's a Rocky movie or some sort of sad movie, and you just have your tear or have your energy or whatever, and then a short while later it's gone and you're on about your life, or you're talking about around the water cooler, and that's a moment for you. And it's very hard to have those moments in life where something's so emotional. I mean, if we sat here in silence and thought for an hour, we might be able to come up with a handful of them in our personal lives, where when my dad died, or when I saw something inspirational with a handicapped child in seventh grade, and stuff like that. There's not too many. But I get to enjoy them every single day, at least in chat and in messages and in stories. So I get that high, and I'm almost addicted to it. So I'm not giving to them as much as I think they're going to be giving to me, and I mean, that might sound selfish when I meet them, and I know that they're having success, and at least they're getting an extra day off or making a few extra dollars for the light bills paid. So I would say they're helping me more than helping them and my family.
So it's like the ultimate payday, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure,
and
sure.
I think that, there's a lot of people with children. They're doing the thing where they got their job, they got 3 jobs or whatever. A thing that I only realised a little while ago was that in America you pay for your health care, you pay for a plan, and it's quite a lot of your wages that go into your healthcare stuff. So network marketing and other businesses on the side are quite common, aren't they? People are looking for opportunities for that little bit more income over there.
They are definitely. They just have you reach this pinnacle point where you need more money, and then unfortunately the decision is juggled between, I'm so shy, I don't want to talk to my neighbor and possibly make more money, versus maybe my child won't get sick. And as scary as that sounds, there's a lot of people not in healthcare, and for my family of 4, it's $1,800 a month. And my wife teaching, when she was teaching a long time ago, she made about $1,800 a month. So they do look for additional things to make some money, and here's a brilliant chance for them to not talk to their neighbor and make dang sure that their child's covered on health care. I read a book by Kramer. He's the big trader guy over here, and he said one of the things that'll kill your entire career in life is a medical bill. If you don't have insurance and you get dinged for 50, 60K, it's over. There's no coming back from that. So yeah, for sure, it's a big component here in the U.S., and it should be a driving force, but unfortunately they count on too often making sure that the kids' hands are sanitized versus the threat and scarcity or scary feeling of talking to your neighbor about an alternative program. So this is a brilliant fit for everybody.
Let's bring it over to the UK then again. So we've got a lot of people over here. We've got a lot of questions. I know that Rick's got a load written down. He's ready to go. But maybe, oh no, we'll keep the little bit of surprise. So let's go to Rick. Have you got some questions that you've been taking from the chat below?
I have indeed. I will, just before I mention these, I will just say thank you, Roger, for everything that you shared just now.
Thank you.
And really, really good to hear all that. Yeah, I've been monitoring this kind of live feed we've got going here, and we've got a few. I don't think it's my place to decide really what might be suitable questions, so I am just going to read the ones I've seen. A couple of them to me might come across a bit more sort of help desk material.
Sure.
However, for those people who are obviously involved in DS rather than other people who aren't watching this, they'd understand this more. David Brockman, he's in the UK here, and many of us will know him. He's really doing well on the eBay side. That's a serious understatement. He just wanted to ask, is the Las Vegas event going to be recorded and made available to us to download here in the UK?
Bang! Right on the spot. Great question. We originally targeted a live stream for it, but because of the sensitivity of the various levels, somebody might be at one level and watching the live stream, and I'm talking about a different level, and I didn't want to be on stage and cut and black out this and don't do this and stuff like that. We are leaning towards recording. We brought in a second camera for that. It's not absolute, but we are leaning in that direction, I'll say.
Great stuff. Well, I'm pretty sure that's answered David's question there. The second question was one I was slightly thinking was more help desk material, but I will ask. He's gone further up the training, and so I think he's gone all in, if I can use that expression. So I won't mention specifics, but he says regarding the Big O, for those of us who are aware of that supplier, the Pioneer card was not working too well for him, and he was just wondering whether there may be an alternative that he could use.
Yeah, that's the one. When we first launched, we said, all right, it's worldwide. There's eBay everywhere. And then we started encountering, and this is, please appreciate, this isn't a selling point on DS domination. This is the truth of DS domination. We opened worldwide, and then we said, all right, eBay's everywhere, and rock it out, let's go. And then we started encountering, I don't obviously live in every country. I've worked with people all over the world, but their billing wouldn't work. Their card wouldn't work because the U.S. supplier would see an international card and say, what the heck are you doing ordering over here? They didn't build out their compensation plan or their payment plan for international orders. And we've gotten an end around on every single company but Overstock. And Overstock, we're in the midst of chats with their upper management and talking about the possibility of these Bitcoin systems, which I won't even pretend to acknowledge exactly how they work. It's an online currency, and whether or not we can bring that to the table. Currently, the only end around for it is to go through eBay, but then of course you don't get the cash back benefits going through eBay, ordering from that company. The other thing that we're planning on launching at the event is some sort of international sharing system. And the way that would work is we're trying to lock it down and cover any potential problems where a member comes on and they're, say, in the UK or somewhere around the world, and they have some restrictions selling on U.S. bank accounts, or U.S. websites, U.S. eBay. Well, on our end, we have a ton of affiliates that are making so much money on the affiliate side, they're barely taking the time to do the eBay. And so on one side of the planet, we have people that want to do more eBay, and on the other side, we have people that have the capability to do more eBay. So we're working out some sort of symbiotic relationship where folks internationally will be able to work with someone over here, do listings on their account, which we can get that approved by eBay, and from there they can work out some sort of compensation program while the people internationally grow out their eBay program so they have no restrictions whatsoever. If that makes sense.
Wow, it does, and thank you very much for answering such a technical question.
Sure.
That's impressive that you've managed to do that straight off the bat, so thank you. Hopefully that has answered both of David's questions. We've got a few sort of comments, just people chiming in, obviously wanting to get messages through to you. Loads of sort of thank yous and the fact that they are.
You see, it's not. See what I mean? And when I'm talking about that bus tour, and you were saying helping other people, well, now I just got my thank you rush for the day. Thank you everyone, for sure.
Not a problem. I know. Everyone is really appreciative of it all.
There's another question down there about what are your thoughts on Terapeak?
Yeah, Terapeak, they're an older company, and when they launched, they started talking about one of their big launch points where they had this algorithm to determine what time to put a listing up for maximum success rate. And since Terapeak came out, and eBay has changed their algorithms around where your item doesn't necessarily go to the top based on expiration time and stuff like that. A lot of the Terapeak stuff's outdated. They do have some good graphical analysis things that are in there, but we'll be trumping that after Las Vegas as well.
So you'll be contending with Terapeak. That's good.
I don't know about contending. Wink, wink. Just kidding.
Well, a lot of people were using that as like a secret ninja tool, and you're saying it's not as good as that. I'm
saying that the features that they have that are good that you like, we're gonna go buy them very quickly, because it's a broad stroke program, and we're streamlined with certain companies, so we're going to go buy it very quickly. I'm trying to not spill too much, but ask me that Terapeak question after Las Vegas, I guess.
It's our job to try and drag it out there. Yeah. Rick, is there any more down there?
To be fair, there's quite a few people talking about wanting Roger to go into a little more detail about his future plans for coming over to the UK.
Got onto that.
Oh, I can go really deep on this, guys. I got an echo too. So is it gone?
What?
No. I have some sort of echo.
No, you're fine on this end, I think.
Okay. So when you work from home for a long time, it's easy to become introverted. Is there anything that's not you? I'm having the same echo.
I can the echo as well.
Okay, I'll mute myself. Let's give that a go.
Okay, perfect, awesome. Okay, I'm good. So when you've worked from home for a long time, and this is just simple truth, you get comfortable working from home and not doing anything, and it's kind of a hidden negativity because you don't go out and enjoy the world, and there's always this fear that your games you're going to lose them, and so as I've kind of evolved from life, I've been sitting here in front of this computer monitor for years, and I always equate it to it's a slot machine that always pays off. Who's going to get up? So my wife, on the other hand, is a free spirit that takes the children out everywhere. And my thinking, and I've talked to her about this, is I talked to her about moving at some points, and she was just dead set against it, and I couldn't understand why. And then finally we had a discussion, and she said, I fear that if we move somewhere away from my family, that you're going to be on the computer, as you always are, and I'm going to be alone. And a light bulb went off that we had a communication problem, that my goal is to work vehemently through programs to grow as a person, and then retire at an early age, and then travel with my wife or live in other places. So I've been working in the direction where there's not too many more excuses for you to be sitting in this chair, webinar, stuff like that, but we're doing really well. And we're giving back at a good pace, and we feel really good about ourselves. So I have no restrictions on my life except for my daughter in school as far as travel goes. So I am so about coming over to the UK, and I kept seeing these guys that are on here, and a lot of the thanks should be directed at them, because I kept seeing them post, and then finally I caught a hangout, and I was like, wow. And then I caught another hangout. I've become kind of addicted to their hangouts. And anyway, the point of it is we have the event, of course. Then 2 weeks later, the event ends, or I'm sorry, the Riley gets out of school, my daughter, and then we go on this 2-week bus tour. Now we don't know how much energy is gonna be left after that when we get home. So I'm looking towards going to China in September, and if I had to narrow down a date, I would say October in the UK. And I know it's always sunny and hot there, and hopefully, I grew up in Canada, so I can jest a little bit. But we're gearing towards October is the answer.
Fantastic. Can we have a big cheer from everybody? Hooray! I mean, that is brilliant. And October is our hottest month over here, so you'll get some nice snowy weather.
Yeah. It's not in Nova Scotia too.
So that's brilliant. I think that will really inspire people to be the next success story, to be at the event, or to be at the gathering, whatever's put on there. I think that it'll give people a nice target to aim for. What's that? Another, I don't know. I can't work that out. 4 or 5 months, whatever it is. So that's brilliant.
You guys are hosting it. So you don't tell me where to go, and you guys will be making sure it's the right place.
Yeah, we've got a few bars over here, so I think we might know a couple of them.
Try one.
Brilliant. So yeah, UK event. That's a real big bonus for the people over here. So let's go down to the training. What are people? You must be getting some feedback from people from the UK. Maybe you could give people some tips and tricks of things that are specific to UK issues, maybe that people can work over.
Yeah, for sure. They have that echo. Don't mind muting.
That's all right. I'll mute again.
Okay. So yeah, again, when we launched, we couldn't forecast every single thing around the world, but your goal when you're in pro is to get over to a much more lucrative market over here in the U.S. So, I don't know the exact number. It's like 5 or 10-fold bigger. But in the meantime, you have to remember the 3 to 6 month plan. And for $20 to spend a little bit of time putting some listings up, and the chance at retirement or financial freedom, whatever you're looking for, who wouldn't put in 6 months when they put in sometimes 60 years? So you start off on your own Amazon and start establishing your account. You'll then be able to log out, reach over here, and start trying to list on eBay.com, and eBay will give you a message. Yep, good to go, or you have to wait a little bit and do XYZ. And then you can do XYZ on your home territory. From there, once you're up and you've made your $20 or whatever you set for your parameters, and you reach across the pond here, and you start getting into the elite, I can't do this enough justice. There's a video in the Unleash section that I'm going to move down to the elite, because it took me a long time for me personally to realize this, but I was using all the suppliers, and I was still trying to set it to make $10, $20. And then when I sold this fireplace from a certain company, I was setting it up to make $10 or $20, and I'm like, you know what? What the heck? I'll make $200 if I sell it. And I sold it. And then the big light bulb went off. So your goal is to first immediately establish your account, obviously, make a sale, get a few products up, get over here. Whatever the timelines are, just wait on it, sell within the UK until you're over here, listing on our site. And then from there, once you do graduate up to elite, there's little idiosyncrasies around any type of troubles you have, whether it's instead of straight ordering, you're going to use PayPal, or you can't use Overstock and get these cashback rewards. Sell on Google in the UK versus Google in the US. And when I mentioned my brother came in here and started doing the training, recognize we rolled out the elite training. We've added like 10 or 20 different modules to it. This searching different ways and things like that. So I've actually revamped the whole training. And this isn't a Las Vegas launch feature. Actually, Hitesh is working on it right now to put the training in such an order where it's more logical. And then my brother, he sold a bunch of stuff from one of the sites on there, starts with a C, guys. And I had to go through the hoops that he faces in Canada, as you guys face in the UK, ordering that for the first time. And obviously I can have better communications with my brother. We can be on the phone nonstop. So through him and his trial and error, we're rolling out PDFs and UK friendly and international friendly and more sites there and all of that stuff. So it's great enough that people are making thousands of dollars already, and we're just going to make it smoother and smoother for you. How's that?
I've got to remember to unmute now. That's brilliant. I think that having specific areas is going to be a real bonus, because it only takes you 2.5 hours to go through the pro training, but once you've gone through it, you're trying to find that one video that was specific for something, and the more streamlined it is, the better for everybody. Win-win. Especially for international people, I think that a lot of the opportunities that are online are all in America, and us in the UK, we're trying to make a living, and we're there trying to plug into the US, and then we've got to get fake address over here and a grand that used to live in that house. So it makes it a little bit difficult. So if these little things could be streamlined and embellished on as the time goes on, that's brilliant. So is it going to be quite a different site after Vegas then, do you think?
Yeah. At the Echo, it's not only going to be aesthetically different, the flow of it being different, but just a ton more content. Like there's something right now that I can't do it yet, but I could literally spend about 20 minutes on video and show you guys, everyone, US, UK, how to double their sales, and I'll be discussing that at the event as well. And our goal is. Let's face it, it is one big giant relationship. We've seen in other companies that once you establish a footprint international, legitimizes you. International communities, because of the lack of options, tend to take off a lot quicker, and we understand that. So the more we can make it smoother for you, the more members you're going to have, the more people that are going to come in, the more people that are going to stay. And matter of factly, well, this is my number one goal here. It will grow my check accidentally by default. So we're definitely in tune with everything that you guys are doing, and really excited to make it a lot easier for you guys. And if I was recruiting, if I was an affiliate here in DS Domination, and I brought people in from the UK, I would be over here making dang sure that you guys, hey, I just sponsored so-and-so from Liverpool, London, whatever. I would say, okay, guys, I got an account, and go ahead if you're having troubles with this particular site, list on my account. When I make the sale, it'll take me 3 minutes to ship it. Kick me a $5 or something like that, and I'll get you guys over the profits. That's what I'd be doing. And it's just not taught through DS Domination. It comes a little bump in the road, but heck, if I could have a bunch of people from the UK listing on my eBay account, or you could probably only have one per account, but if I had a team of half US, half UK, and you guys are listing on my account, it'd be just thumbs up, cheers, awesome. Buy me a steak every now and then and collect your thousands of dollars. So there's a way, and like you said, you don't get the same opportunities over there and grandma's address and all of that. I would say we're 99% of the way there of making it just a pure UK perfect opportunity. But for now, I hate to say that we're good enough. It's great enough right now. So awesome.
Yeah, it is, and we're still seeing a lot of success. So it can't be, there's a lot of people that are very creative with the way that they, they're entrepreneurial, I think is the word. They find ways of doing things. So yeah, it still works. I'm not saying it doesn't work, but yeah, brilliant. Rick, have we got any more questions over there? Or Gavin, are you? Gavin's on here. Everybody, give us a wave, Gavin. Sorry, mate.
Hi, how you doing?
Gavin.
Gavin, what have
As
you got
always,
from
just
tonight?
hanging back and sort of listening really and taking it all in. Interesting. I had someone chat to me the other day, as he was talking about, as we're on the subject of like US .com and like UK and that, and this person has done eBay before, and that they actually do a lot of the European market and aim towards like Germany, France, and all that sort of side of things, you know, and as well as doing like UK and all that. And that was quite an interesting sort of subject that they brought up, that they're using their thought of using that was just the same as using .com, if you get what I mean.
Yeah, for sure. The one worldwide interest is people want stuff, and we have stuff to sell them, one way or another. And I will say, Gavin, when I watch the last Hangout, you know, I do get some thank yous on Facebook, and it's hard to interpret words and stuff like that. And you reached out and thanked DS Domination. The way you did it was very moving, and a large chunk of the reason I'm here. So thank you for that as well. But yeah, there's definitely different methodologies, and as we grow DS Domination and we release them and stuff like that, like we know things that we can't publicly say to do things. You know, if we show how to get around issue ABC and eBay ever comes a knocking, we're in trouble. So we do whisper it down through the ranks, and there is training that you can do within team training that's not in DS Domination. I would just stick with your leader, and sometimes you can do training that you see on some blog and get into a mess. So follow the leadership here. It's incredible, and these guys want you to be successful just like we want you to be successful. And whether those seem like just words to you, at the very least you can see there's a financial interest for everybody to be successful and continue growing.
Yeah. And I've seen from the team groups, from the other Facebook groups, there's a lot of teams, you know, there's like Reginald's, there's Kristen's, there's all these people out there that are making a lot of money with, you know, they've done network marketing before, they've built big teams. So they've set up their systems there. And what I see is that, especially for myself, they've welcomed people in. They've said, you know, look at what we're doing. If we can use any of it, use it. They've set up systems for the masses to use, and I think that it's encouraging, because that shows that the culture of and the honesty of the people that are in DS Domination.
Yeah, you can't. You can fake it, but after a while you can't hide your heart. So you can get on a phone call or in some sort of web form and say, you know, I really want to help you. I truly want to help you. And that'll slide for a few sign-ups and a few bucks in your pocket. And this is in DS Domination. This is in life. And when we had big leaders come in, they wanted to compartmentalize everything. This is my training. This is my group. These are my pillars. Don't touch it. And it wasn't that they didn't have a good heart. They have to have a good heart to ever get anywhere. It was they got burned by so many companies. They would share their training, and then the company would steal it. Another team would steal it. It'd be on the internet everywhere. Well, here we made some soft statements, like, you know, we're one big company, and we found that the trust that they have in us now, they're evolving to helping other groups and helping other teams and helping other countries, and it's really good to see. So yeah, definitely.
Because they've always got like international threads on all their sites. Sorry, Gavin, I just have to.
Yeah, Christian's on that for sure.
Yeah, and it's always, there's a lot of interaction on them threads, and they're constantly helping each other out in there. So I think that it's a real tribute to DS Domination. The culture is there.
Yeah, absolutely. We're seeing more and more of your team massively. We're rolling out more towards you guys and directional for sure.
That's fantastic. Rick, have we got any more comments? Can you see down below? I saw that everybody was like, "Yay, Roger's coming to the UK." I saw them ones.
Yeah, I saw. Well, there was. I'm getting an echo as well. I have seen Nev Dunn is basically saying he was asking whether there's any chance that your weekly training webinars, Roger, could be moved to a more UK-friendly time.
Yeah, I think that's due, isn't it? We do like to do the we would need a third one because we do like to do the Wednesday where it's pro and then it's space, then it's elite. And it's tough to do that on a weekday during the day because on this side everybody's at work, and on the weekend our time comparable to your guys's would be 3 in the afternoon on a Saturday or something. But that's not to say you guys don't deserve it for sure. And what's happened if you extrapolate on the things that I've told you, where Hitesh, everything he went through, and Kevin being in the Air Force going crazy, that left me as kind of running around doing a lot of things. I don't do the program, but I do a lot of stuff. But now where I'm freed up, I would definitely consider you guys tell me time on a webinar.
Wow. Okay. Half of me was expecting you to say, well, you've just got to stay up, but also, wow, that's really good to hear, Roger. I think we should probably ask sort of Stephen to comment on that as well.
It would be awesome because I usually stay up until about, I don't know, 5 a.m. to catch all the webinars and trainings, and I was on Kevin's training. I think that started at, I think the first one started at 2 a.m. So I stayed up for that, and then that was about an hour and a bit. Then I went and did the training, so it was like 5 a.m. going to bed. So it's, yeah, it would be appreciated if it was a bit sooner, but you know, I know the demands of
the day you want it, the time you want it, and give me 2 weeks and make sure you keep knocking on me on Facebook to remind me, and 2 weeks we'll roll it out, and whatever day and time you want. How's that?
Incredible.
I just wanted to quickly mention, because my computer just died then, and basically I was going to get back to, obviously we were talking about the European thing, and obviously I've missed some bits here, but one point I wanted to put across was that you're better off just sticking to what you've been trained in DSD instead of going out of, like, you know, this person was mentioning about obviously European market and all that sort of thing, and I didn't feel comfortable in that sort of thing, and I'm just going to stick to the training and stick to as is, because that's the rules of the game. You know, you don't want to go beyond the boundaries, otherwise you're in a different ballpark and you don't know what you're doing. You know, I just want to put that across. Sorry.
Yeah, I want to clarify my answer as well on that. You have the training now. Here in the U.S., we do have people that'll go off the training and then they'll write into the help desk. I tried to use this site and all heck broke loose, and now I'm in trouble. And as long as you do follow the training here, you do very well. And over in the UK or internationally, there's little subtleties that you need to do. And I would recommend, yeah, definitely don't jolt to the left, jolt to the right, and try warehouse ABC or super glowing, beautiful thing. I would follow your leadership, and as long as you trust your leadership, if there's like a little thing like, hey, when you're ordering from this site, use PayPal instead of a debit card or a credit card and stuff like that. I would follow those little subtle changes if your leader is good and has your interest in mind. But as far as jetting off in different directions, we've seen it cause messes on accounts here, and it's sad. It happens.
Cool.
Right. I just saw somebody. Can you hear me all right? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. I just saw somebody saying cha-ching. I just had another sale while they were on the webinar. Who was that? Hang on. Oh, it's refreshed. Hang on a minute. down here.
Yeah, Las Vegas.
There we go.
Is the event where we tell people to leave their cell phones on.
It was Donna Coulson. She had, don't believe it, another sale. Must be some kind of vibe from watching this. So that was quite good. Another comment down there was, anywhere to buy wholesale and sell retail with DS Domination.
Yeah. We have the number 23 fastest growing company in the U.S. coming to the event, partnering with DS Domination, the liquidation center. We have another company that's going to facilitate all orders from China. If you ever tried ordering from China, they freight and different things like that, they're going to take care of it. Coming soon.
Pardon?
We have the echo going on. Sorry.
Oh, how could that happen? Sorry about that. Right, I think if everybody's happy, is that a good time to end the hangout? Have we answered all the questions? Quickly, you've got a few seconds. Roger, we really appreciate you joining us on this hangout. It's been brilliant, inspiring. It gives a clear message of what is happening with DS Domination. Any further news that you want to share with us before you leave?
No, well, just that, I got the echo. Just that we started with a program that people could make money with. And we are leveraging other sites. We're punching into a chain of cash flow. And if you want to punch into a chain of cash flow in the real world, it's called a job. You go out in the Brinks trucks or whatever, go to McDonald's and pick up the sales for the day and bring them to the bank. So either you own the McDonald's, you rob the Brink truck, you rob the bank, or you're an employee. And that's how the cash flows in the streets right now, out in your backyard, my backyard. When you go online, you got to find legitimate cash flow. Where is money being exchanged? And there's very few places where money is actually being exchanged, and even fewer that you can tap into, and even fewer that you can train other people to tap into. So that's the beginning that is DS Domination. Now, as we piggyback off these companies and tap into that cash flow, somebody creates a product, the product's bought by a buyer, the buyer goes to a wholesaler, the wholesaler goes to Amazon, consumer gets it, and we plug in there. The next stage is being able to access liquidation products and products from overseas smoothly. You can all go Google China supplier and find some stuff, but you better hold your breath on whether or not you're going to get it. And we're going to facilitate that. And then the next step for us is our own container ships, our own sites, everything else, everything we're going to roll out later in the year at an event here and an event in October. Hopefully October, that's the guideline. The different things rolling out there. So we're an evolving company, moving it from make some money at home to your own brilliant career, nonstop great money. You're no different than Amazon.com as long as you can source the product. They're not special because you can put their product on there. And with that facilitation, the sky's really the limit. So, I'm really jacked up to be here, and I'll throw the ball in your court to give me a date or a time that you guys want a weekly webinar. And we'll hop on here on Saturday or Sunday or Monday or whatever. You tell me the time. I'm pretty wide open. I'll have to explain it to my wife. Just kidding, but just such a treat to be here, guys.
One of the questions on there is brilliant for a UK-friendly hangout. That'll be awesome. How about doing one monthly UK special webinar training? I mean, they don't want much, do they? These Brits.
Yeah, whatever you guys need. You guys tell me. Absolutely.
So another one is if you had to start over all again and you had $500 to get started, what would be the top 5 things you would look at doing?
Wow. If I had to start all over again. Uh, I would probably, you guys have different prime rules and stuff over there in the UK, right? Is that correct? Okay.
I believe so.
I would start off with about 20 items at $25 a pop. No, I'm sorry. About 100 items, about $25 to $50 a pop. If you do the math and say, okay, I got 100 items, I'm going to sell 40%, 40 items a month, and that's going to be little over one a day, so my money will clear up after I've shipped out 5 or 6 of them. I would definitely, it comes back to the same core thing, I would just focus on the titles like crazy, and I don't know if I'd change anything. I'm kind of handcuffed on that one, guys.
So out of that, you'd spend $20 on the pro training and work your ass off.
There you go.
I'm just looking. Rick, have you got anything else to from the comments below?
Not really. No, I can't think of anything that needs to be addressed right this second. So just a massive thank you to Roger for giving us his time today.
No, thanks, Steve.
How often, Roger, would you like us to pester you to do another UK hangout?
Whatever's good. I'll let you guys know.
Okay.
Just tell me, start in 2 weeks. If you want to do that once a week, and UK webinar once a month, that's fine. I'm kind of in a spot where, with Hitesh and Kevin being in a pocket and just going, that there was a day not too long ago where I woke up and I was like, wait, I don't have to do anything today. So now it's been kind of like, I am preparing for the event, but I always, if I don't have an hour or two available, especially for you guys, then there's a problem in my life. So whatever you guys need.
Okay, that's fantastic. Right, appreciate you guys, Roger and Rick and Gavin. Appreciate all the people that are in our UK team that are busting a gut to make it work and really, to take their life to the next level and to earn that bit of income that is changing their life. We want to share your successes. We want to get the stories from the UK people to share in the group to, encourage more people. So if you've had your first sale, put it in the group, tell people about it. If you've had your first 10 sales, etc., if you're now listing over in the US, and people get real, I see the posts in there and they're going, yay, I'm now listing over in the US, I'm making some money, making some sales over there. So it is inspiring. Other people see it, whether they comment on it or not, they see it, so it's worth sharing and putting it in there. When you do that, you might as well put it on your timeline as well, and then your friends, family, people on your Facebook feed, they see it as well. So then they'll be getting interested because you're making money online doing this little eBay thing. So that is affiliate marketing. They can join your team and you can show them how to make money online. And as a byproduct, you make money as well. So share your successes with us in the group. Roger loves to hear them, so tag Roger in it because I think we all appreciate what you've done anyway, but we want to all give all these thanks back to you as well. With that, we will see you next time, and thank you very much.
Real quick note, if you don't mind, guys.
Yeah.
And I should just be like, I should just walk into a fabulous ending. I think it's important. Probably as early as 18 months ago, 2 years ago, maybe even a year ago, I got something from somebody on Facebook and said, can you PM me? And I didn't. And then they asked again, can you PM me? And I didn't. And the reason I didn't is because I was embarrassed because I didn't know what PM stood for. And I know, as I'm hearing, I know there's going to be some people out there when you're saying, post to your timeline and tag Roger and things like that, they won't know how to do it and they'll be embarrassed to ask. So it'd be a great post to put in one of your groups or send out to folks. You know, I used to gloss over the word autoresponder and people wouldn't know what that was. I used to gloss over back office and people would write in and say, well, what's a back office? So as we get bigger, we have to remember, or we get smoother and more eloquent in our language online. Remember that other people might not know what that is. I know as crazy as that seems, they're not going to raise their hand and ask because they don't want to, because it seems like a common language. So take that for whatever it's worth. I think it would help some people.
Yeah, it would.
Thank you.
Awesome. Victor, eloquent goodbye. Do it again.
Do it again. I've done it now. But yes, yeah, it does work. Simplicity, and because a lot of people are making money from the eBay side, that's dead easy. They don't know about the affiliate side. They don't know about the technical side of things because they've had no interest in it. So very well pointed out. Because yeah, we need to appreciate that as well. And that's where Kevin's training comes in, because if you're in Kevin's training, he teaches you from ground zero how to do the affiliate side of things. So there you go. There's another plug for Market Extreme. I love it.
Yeah.
Cheers, guys. Bye-bye for now.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me.